Hello, this is Revolutionize the Game, and today we're going to be playing Inyerface, a Bagar frustration. It is a Bagar is a Belgian design firm who made this website to teach people about or just frustrate people with user interactions, design patterns. Basically, it is the really nice user interface with a really bad user experience. And that's what we will get to see how bad this is, because honestly, if you're just looking at it and you don't really know that much about design, you probably like, oh, this is a nice looking website, right? You know, the green font, the green color doesn't really go with the blue background, but this no is like, it's cool animations and stuff like that. But you can start to tell that this is pretty bad once you start actually using it. Um, yeah, once you start using it, looking at it, it doesn't look bad. Using it, it's very frustrating. As someone who's worked on user interfaces and stuff, I know that there's a lot of little things that you have to consider that you can just mess up because the functionality is there, but the execution is the problem. Okay, let's see how frustrating this is going to get. I'm going to try to speedrun this as fast as possible, and then I will go back and explain it for those that are interested. Here we go. Okay, choose a password. So here we go. You're probably wondering, like, what am I doing? That will all be explained in due time. So I'm just speed running through this. Go. You're just like, man, how's he doing this so fast? I'm just like, because I got experience. Okay, here we go. Misses, saves about 5 seconds. Okay. Done. Here we go. Oh, ooh, okay, no. There we go. And boom, 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 boom. We go for a sub 50? Ooh, that'd be cool. And boom, sub 50. Okay, cool. That is awesome. This is so weird. I'm not good at speedrunning, but I just speedrun this user Inyerface. The first time I tried it, it was about 5.5 minutes. So you can see I've brought the speed. I've added a whole new like experience to speed running in this game. So how does this game work actually? Let's go back. And so let's start with the first bad user interface. So we're just gonna be talking about the user experience, not about the design of the website, like the user interface, like, oh, this color doesn't go with this background, because that is important to some degree, but most of it is how does someone use this app? How does someone use your website? And that is what we're going to be walking through. I am not really an expert on this. I guess maybe I got a degree or this is the basis of the degree, but anyways, so the first problem is that there's this giant no button, and even though it says no and it's obviously wrong, you still want to click it because it's animated. It shows a little like mouse icon that says like, hey, you can click me. It's green, which kind of signals go, not no, so it's like there's a whole bunch of things wrong with this that, like, one, it should say yes, maybe look more like a ready, let's go kind of thing. Yeah, so that's that. It says please click. It underlines click. You're like, okay, do I click this? Go. Do I click go because the green to go? No, you don't click that. Next page. We're trying to click all this stuff. None of it works. It's actually here. Please click here. So grammatically, I guess it's correct because you're clicking here. It's like one of those, like was it the dummy test or something like that? Like the idiot test or things like that. The moron test. That was it. It's a game on iOS where it feels like the moron test, and I was really good at the moron test. I could finish that pretty fast once you understand it and you get all the things. That is actually this game right here. This is probably inspired by that. Anyways, so we go here. If you want me to play that game, let me know. I will play the moron test. We can speedrun that. This site uses cookies. Is that a problem for you? No, not really. So, choosing a password. Oh yeah, that design right there. There's the yes button, doesn't work. You have to click no, not really to even like progress the websites. We're gonna send this to the bottom. Look how slow it is. Here's another design thing. Clicking up just makes it go up more and more and more. Like, that's what it does. It just brings it back up. Like, look at that. Look at that design. It looks like an elevator. So, choose the password. Here's the thing. You have to get rid of this, first of all, and look at all these requirements. All these requirements should be like up into the corner or something like that, so you can see it as you're typing in the password. Also, you should not be able to see your password. That's another thing that you should design for. You should hide the password. You can have a show your password option. Some apps do that, but generally you don't want to have your password just shown there. This shows up every minute. You try to click the exit mark because you're just using the X to be on the right hand corners. It just increases the size and you're like, what is going on? So you try to decrease it, you try to lock it. It gets rid of that. It gets rid of the close. You're supposed to close it right here. That is annoying because it looks like a copyright logo or something, like the rights reserved kind of thing. And this thing comes back up every single time. It's annoying. It is so annoying. So we type in our password because we're trying to follow this. We need some capital letters, standard stuff. You have to have one letter the same as the email. I put the tilde because the tilde works. So I guess it's part of the acrylic. I don't know if other would work. I do not accept. Your password is not unsafe. We have to put a dot, or we can't just put other. We got to upload an image, so we will upload the image we got. Here's another thing too. It says choose 3 interests, but by default it selects every single interest. Usually you're clicking the interest you like and then you click next. Also, next is on the left hand side. We're used to seeing it on the right. Doesn't really matter. You could have it on the left if you really need to. Usually if you don't want people to do something, you put the thing that you want people to do. If it's like a delete thing, you would then put the delete on the left side. You would emphasize the cancel button. So in this sense, the UI would work if your goal is to get people out of an experience. Like, you don't want them to do something. If you don't want people to do something like fill out this form, you would have the highlighted green cancel button. But in this case, since they want us to fill out the form, or at least that's what I think the purpose is intended for, you'd want the cancel button to be on the left, the next button on the right, or at least highlight the next button itself. You know, like not having the next button to highlight, not having the next button being highlighted is annoying, because you see this UI, right? You see the cancel button, right? It seems like the next button isn't even clickable because the UI shows us that these are clickable, right? And what happens if you click one? These don't do anything, by the way. Anyway, so we upload our image. You can't tell that it's uploaded because the spinning circle is. Let's upload like my logo. Yeah, it actually puts the upload there. I don't think it's actually sending it to any servers. I think it's just checking to see if you did something. So you can be safe on that. But if not, you can download the avatar PNG and just upload that. Anyways, you can go through these options one by one, and you go, and let's say you keep going. You're just like, you're not even paying attention at this point because you just want to keep free, and then you accidentally click select all, which sucks because if you click select all, then you have to go through this whole process again. Luckily, they did put an unselect all button into the right. If I were to make unselect and select buttons, I would kind of put them like obvious selections. I kind of put them on the side. I put like select all, unselect all, something like that, so you could see it. It's only 3, so I wouldn't put a select all button. I put an unselect all button, maybe. I won't even put that. I would just put 3, and then I would just close out of the other ones. So it would prevent you from clicking other ones until you unselect the ones you have. And I would kind of bold the selected ones as well. I don't know if it's design critique, but that's what just I would do to the user base to spice it up. You know, like, so you could see like, oh, hey, the ones that are bolded, maybe change the color of the check mark to like a green. As you can see, I do in Space Bunny. If we bring that up, when you click on something, you can see like, oh, it's a green check mark, and you can see the stuff that's not checked. It's really clear. It's really clear what's checked and what's not. This blue background kind of makes things hard to see, like, oh, what did I check and what did I not check? Anyways, next we go. So another annoyance that you see in this text is that you have to delete this text. Normally in a normal app, right? In a normal app, you would click it and the placeholder text would go away. You'd see the what's it called? The cursor probably over here. This would be grayed out, and as soon as you start typing, it would go away. However, it does not do this here. And if you leave it like that, I believe that, let's say you leave it like that, right? Oh no, no, no. If you leave it like that, it's fine. Weird. Is it okay? Yeah. So it deletes it after the placeholder, but if you put it before the placeholder, it will stay. That's just a design thing they didn't consider to leave it a little bit less frustrating, I guess. If you put it beforehand, it keeps it as a new password and doesn't treat it as something that can be deleted. Anyways, so we have our first name. We are Jiggy Go. I did the speedrunning strat here. We can set it at the bottom for now. Because if you click Mr., right, you have to go and change it. And it looks like you're selecting female here because that's the one that's highlighted. And usually the one that's highlighted is the one that you're choosing. However, I don't like this design either because I can't tell which one it is. Like, I think that's mostly because it's confusing, but it looks like next, and we can kind of click next, but we can't really click next, so it doesn't look like it's clickable. It looks like this is the choice, given how frustrating the rest of the design is. But we will leave it at misses because that's how things work. Also, there's no option for miss. Moving on, so we can do that. Do the XS, EU placeholder. You can have a number. This does absolutely nothing. This whole number thing does absolutely nothing, but it just increases over and over and over. There's no way to select it, so we can't select it, but we can't put new numbers in. It's just forever just stuck there. So you could slide your age, right? Like, but the thing is, it goes from 0 to 200. What kind of slider is this? To get it exact, you spend all this time. Speedrunning strat that I used was that I'd set the age at 0, and then you can just set the dates, boom, boom, and just scroll down to the bottom. 2019. That saves so much time. Yes, I was born on April Fool's Day of this year. I am only a few months old, which does not qualify me to be a 1-year-old. Also, if you're from the future, it doesn't work. Let's say you're from the future. Oh. Oh no, we have to go through the city, so let's just use some random places. 8 in birds named on map. Because yeah, you're actually negative years old. And so I think it's actually dealing with negatives. I don't know why it would deal with negatives, but I think it's dealing with negatives. Yeah. Okay. So to change that, we just choose April, and this is the most optimal strat. To be born on April 1st, 2019. You could go like 1900 or something like that, but it's really hard to match that up because like 1900 was like 119 years ago. You try to get to 119, it's doable, but it's really hard to do. So yeah. Anyways, let's go on to the next portion. So this portion frustrated me because I was trying to think like, okay, which ones constitute a circle? And then I kind of realized this early on that the ones that constitute a circle, they're all circles. They all have circles somewhere in them. They're pixels, and pixels are circular, and circular actually are squarish. They're kind of squarish. We've been doing this for 9 minutes. I'm getting tired. Anyways, you can see I'm a circle. I don't know if you are a circle, but I'll believe you. There's a circle right there. This hippo has a circular eyes. What they do with this is the most trickery thing ever. You see this scroll bar, right? Look at this scroll bar. Look at this scroll bar. And they were smart too because they made it the same size every time. You can see that with this scroll bar, it looks like, oh, I'm selecting the ones on the bottom or the ones on the top and stuff like that. But then you see this. You see that there is another option just below it, and you're just like, oh, okay, I guess that makes sense. And once you figure that out, the whole big puzzle becomes easy. You don't need to really think about all of it. You just need to know that, hey, they're all circles, they're all whatever. So we can see other options. Can we? We can see other options. We can see we can. Okay, well, I guess we can't see other options right now. But there are other options. You just select all of them, and at the end we validate, and boom, we're awesome. It took us 10 minutes, 5 minutes more than it took me the first time, and 9 minutes more than it took me this time, or the previous attempt. Anyways, that's a lot of design talk. If you want to see more design stuff, let me know, because I could do some of that. Maybe talk more about Space Bunny, maybe work on some more new designs. I try to do like adapting controls to console while still feeling like a console game. That's an interesting that I'm working on. Don't know how to get it onto the Xbox, but I'm trying. If anyone knows how to port Godot games into the Universal Windows platform in a way that it makes it compatible with the Xbox and the Windows PC at the same time, let me know. Point me to a direction, and I will try to port Space Bunny to there. So yeah, I don't know where to leave this, but I'm just tired. I'm just really tired right now. But yeah, I guess we'll leave it with this Carlton dance video. Anyways, this is Revolutionize the Game saying user in your face. Very frustrating. Very frustrating especially for a designer.